What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Ravens Roundup. We're an awesome foursome here tonight, hoping for an awesome sixsome, hoping for an awesome sixsome. Again,
somebody said it in the PTL.
hoping for an awesome sixsome, hoping for an awesome sixsome. Just in case you don't know, hoping for an awesome sixsome. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? We're gonna talk about him in just a minute, Guru. We definitely gonna talk about that young man in just a second. But again, Ravens coming off a less than impressive, but we still got the win last night.
Mhm.
And I did my recap video today, and the word I just kept coming to mind was weird offensively. And you'll probably hear me say weird a couple times tonight. But before we get into all that, let's do our honored tradition with a W. Let's get our glasses up.
I don't have my shot glass on me, but I got this awesome Ravens Roundup mug. You can get one of these. You can get one of these. Link in the description. Okay, get one of these.
Most definitely. Now, to get one of these, you got to join the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my drink invisible today. Drinking the ghost juice.
Hendo got one. Hold yours up to the camera, Hendo. There you go. Look at that. Look at that chalice.
Hendo got that good Minnetonka water.
Hey, we got a great guy that he was almost in the top 10 in points because he was getting his host points, but he just gonna miss out on the host points this week. Golly. And I don't know if y'all been checking y'all points, y'all three up here, but if y'all check y'all points, you notice that you've been getting host points.
Nice.
Oh snap! We get
last week y'all was in the top 10 when we started the show.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
Coach, I don't do this.
Then Brodney was in the top 10 because he had kind of missed and he was donating, and so he was in the top 10 on top of his host points. Yeah, so yeah, he kind of fell back. See, look who right there at number 6. Look who at number 6.
Oh, look at that. Okay, Hendo.
Hendo jumped on last night with the stream, so he kind of bumped his host points up.
Okay,
I be doing stuff behind the scenes. Everybody don't know about it. See that? Okay. trying to be a good host. Trying, do my hostly Southern hospitality. Mike got a little bit of that when he came to Tampa.
Oh yeah,
ain't nothing like that Mississippi hospitality though. Ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it. You become family as soon as you get there.
Hey cousin,
right? What Tupac? What Little Lucky, cousin Lucky?
Mm-hmm.
How was y'all Thanksgiving, man? How was?
It was great, man. It was great.
Wonderful.
I see Mike was the bird master. I saw you on the with the 2 birds going.
Had to smoke them things, man. Smoke them things.
We had a variety of bird. We had a smoked bird and a fried bird.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Hendo, what about you? What was your non-meat of choice?
I had a field roast.
A what?
A fear of roast?
A field roast and a fake turkey.
What's a field roast? Like grilled vegetables?
Not you two. Not you.
This roasted onion.
It was a fake turkey.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hey, you hold strong, my brother. Stay
That's
strong.
right.
Stay strong. This is probably the worst. That's probably the worst holiday for a vegan. It is. Because you see all that good food come across the table and on TV, and everybody you call or maybe FaceTime, they probably jaws fat,
Man.
got a bone hanging out their mouth.
Listen, it's the worst time because this is the time of year when everybody and their mother promises to come to your house. So you make extra food and nobody shows up. Now we just got a refrigerator full of food that I can't touch.
There you go. Barbecue tofu, baby.
Pass. Pass.
Let's dive into what we happened last night. Again, late last night, the game was. It is what it was, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But somebody made a good point, and we normally don't talk about these guys, but we'll start here, then we'll get into our players. And I think who said it? trying to find the comment so I can bring it up. But basically, they said, "Can we start with coaching?" And that's what we'll start.
Okay.
Start with coaching because we normally forget about them on the back end, and we just start with coaching. And Mike, I'll start with the coordinators. Mike's doing a great job.
Mike McDonald is doing an excellent job. I fear we're going to lose him.
I agree with you.
He's doing a damn good job.
I agree with you 100%. I think Mike won't be around long. I think Mike, when this all shakes out, because we got two coaches gone so far.
Mm-hmm.
When it all shakes out, you're probably gonna have 6 to 8 coaches gone, and Mike will be heavily sought after. No matter what happens with us in our no matter what kind of run we go on, whether it's a long playoff run or short, I think Mike will be heavily sought after because our defense has not folded in 12 weeks. 12 weeks? Yeah, 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't. Last night, to me, was their best performance to date because our offense did not put them in great situations, and they said doesn't matter, they're not going to score, and we'll get the ball back for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not to cut you off. The Panthers coach and the Raiders coach. Those are two that's gone. The Panthers coach got fired and the Raiders coach got fired. Those are 2 coaches that are gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can add New Orleans coach coming up.
He's toast.
And the one that scares me the most is probably the New York Jets. Robert Saleh may be on the hot seat.
Oh, you think so?
I think he is. He's not getting anything from his team, and he's stuck with Zach Wilson a little too long. And the Jets love the Ravens culture, especially having Joe Douglas as their GM. And why not get rid of him and bring in Mike McDonald and take the Jets defense to another level?
Well, the one that scared me is right down the street, Washington, because Ron Rivera is gone.
True.
You see, they asked Ron Rivera about Frank Reich getting fired today. Why would you ask the man that?
What did he say?
He didn't answer. He got up and left. What a dick move.
I've been right. What Bryce Harper say? Clown question, bro.
Yeah.
Clown question, bro.
Clown question, bro. I think we hit one of our like goals already. We have, and we almost on the second one. So let me go and run these 25 likes while you give your 2 cents on the coaches so far, Mike.
Yeah, man. Little young Mikey, he doing his thing, bro. It's one of those things where we have seen him probably consistently progress since that debacle against the Dolphins. He's found a way to kind of stymie the Bengals. Joe Burrow and those guys. He's kind of found a way to do that. And he's just been consistent. I agree with you guys. He's going to be sought after, whether it's NFL or even college. He's a young guy, so he'd fit the college culture as well, and they paying just as much as the NFL paying now too. So I think it is a damn near 75% chance at least that he'll probably be gone. But yeah, he's doing well. I like Monken. I think Monken can get a little too cute though.
Hey, look who it is.
Go B.
What's going on, y'all?
Saving that vacation time, huh? Saving that PTO.
This is Jose's fault. Jose plotted this.
Huh?
He texted me at work like, we got to record a Frank Reich video. You want to record at 8 and make sure it lasts until 8:50. So I just been sitting at the computer watching the show, and then I was like, I better come in and get my points before I head out.
Guys, Frank Reich video is coming. Be on the lookout for that.
Appreciate you, B. But you tell you what, B, just for you, B, PTO for next week is approved.
There you go.
Just for
y'all gotta leave B alone, man. He getting in his Hashitashi mode, man.
PTO for next week, B, is approved. For you, it is approved. And I appreciate you for coming on because I do want to at some point talk to you about what transpired. At some point throughout the show, talk to you about what transpired in Panthers and kind of where do you guys go from there? You know, because because to me, defense is gonna be quick. Offense, hopefully, won't be. I promise you, because I ain't got much to say about defense. I talked about them earlier.
A's across the board.
I talked about them quick, and we finna see in a minute. We're gonna talk about this offensive coaching real quick. You want to hit on defense, B? Since you popped in, we was kind of. Were you finished, Mike? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Were you finished, Mike?
Yeah. Go ahead, B.
Oh no, I mean the defense was fantastic. You know, the Chargers aren't the best team, but they've got a lot of talent, and we know they can put up points on anybody. And I mean, the defense completely shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense was great.
And the only thing, like, this ain't even negative. Keenan McCardle went off, and they got nothing to show for it.
He said Keenan McCardle.
Man, my bad.
Hey, he looked like a Keenan McCardle out there.
Yeah,
we had like 14 catches.
And for 102 yards or something like that, he went off. Not McCardle, but y'all know what I mean.
I mean, the first 11 targets, he caught all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Went off, and it was almost his catches was almost like Roquan's 21 tackles that day.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me started, man. Like that's all I've been asking for Lamar. Can we just get somebody like that where he could throw the ball and it's guaranteed he's going to catch it?
Oh, I saw y'all argument last night. I was killing myself laughing. I was trying to sleep, but I was basically like that meme with the popcorn in the bed.
Like, can we just please, like, can we just get Lamar one of these guys? I mean, look, Justin Herbert's he's a damn good quarterback, but they're not winning anything. Okay, send him over to Baltimore, and he can work his magic and help us win a ring. That's all I'm asking for.
I think we got one. He just ain't in full form yet.
Right. All right.
I think we got one. Just ain't in full form yet.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Offensive coaches. I was a firm believer in Monken. I don't know what the hell he's doing right now.
He running that John Harbaugh show.
Yeah, he listened to his boss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Speaking of John Harbaugh, that's why I'm trying to say that. That's the first down. We should challenge that. John Harbaugh ain't got no gas in it.
So, what was the explanation for that? I saw Sarah Ellison tweet something about that today, about how I guess on the sideline it looked like it was a first down, like it said first down.
No,
or something like that.
They assumed that it was a first down, which it should have been.
The marker on one side said 1st and 10.
I don't know. I know they were off a lot throughout the game, because if y'all remember the first drive, the Chargers thought it was 3rd down when it was actually 4th, because they never changed the marker.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's
they were off on the spots, crazy. But I mean, they were rushing. They was rushing. I think, look, Monken, I like Monken. I think he brings a different dynamic to the game, or to this team. But at times he just gets a little too cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's looking for that statement game where he like, look, man, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna unload the whole clip, or what. And I think sometimes when he does that, it just, and you can tell when the players don't like it. I mean, specifically, I think it was the fourth. It was either late in the 3rd or 4th quarter. Hand off to Gus first. He gets 5 yards, and then they do like 3 straight passes.
Yep.
And it's like, yo, run the ball, man. Like, so I don't know if it's either he getting too cute or he's psyching himself out. He's overthinking it. Like, yo, play your game, play whatever's working, and just go from there. But I do like him. I do like him, but yeah, he gotta chill on some of that.
I can appreciate that if your goal is to be more pass oriented, right? And hey, we got to work out these things. It's going to look ugly at first because we're not used to passing the ball, but as the season goes on, we're going to get more in sync with that. But clearly, they don't want to be that. They want to be a run team still, right? So why is it when you should be running the ball, you're not running the ball, right? You're trying to do some misdirection. You're trying to throw them off, and sometimes that works, but sometimes you just need to do the obvious thing, right? You're a physical team. You want to wear them down, hand the ball off.
Right. Well, I'm glad you said that because what the comment that we got from Malik is right. We get them light boxes and we throwing the ball.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. We get in a 4-1 box and we throwing the ball on like first down. Hand the freaking ball off. It's nuts. And it goes back to what T Dog X said. Sometimes the like Monk just calling plays just to have something on tape for the other teams when our game ain't like secured yet. So it's weird what it is because even with watching that game, with Hendo and Chris was on there, I never thought we were in danger of losing. But we never put foot on
right,
neck.
right up until Justin Tucker missed that kick.
I
Well,
thought that was it.
That was surprising. But they never the defense. I will say this: I was expecting the defense to fold at some point, and they never did.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't,
because we kept running them out there on short notice. They never folded. That's why I was so impressed with the defense. They never
held them to
folded.
10 points.
Yeah.
You know how hard that is to do in the NFL today? What's up, Chris?
Oh,
What's
Chris.
going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? Apologies for my tardiness. Very unprofessional.
It's all good. It's all good. You might have been handling business. So, sometimes business had to be handled.
Facts.
What Mike say? Life be life.
Life be life.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with Todd Monken, the signing, just in general. And not because I don't think that he's a good offensive
I know
coordinator.
why, because his sister told him that's why.
That's not. I mean, that has something to do with the coach, but
it didn't help.
You didn't even check this man's resume. But for me, it was. I wanted somebody like an Eric Bieniemy that would stand up to him and be like, "Nah, these are the plays that we're going to call because this is what's going to help us win." We're 12 weeks to the season, going into week 13, and we don't have an offensive identity. We don't have anything that we can hang our hat on. Like, yo, this is what we do, other than running Lamar up the middle when things get rough and plays aren't working. So, yeah, he don't know what the hell he's doing.
Now passing over 200 yards against the worst pass defense is what's really insane. Yeah.
What do you have, like 24 yards passing in the second half?
The second half, because he started off on fire. Like, I looked up Lamar. I think I even said it on the stream. Lamar got 170 yards. And it's like the second quarter. And he finished with, what, 180? 190? Something like that?
It was like 178.
177.
Something, yeah.
It's crazy. It's like he didn't get another passing yard. Almost.
It's like when the other team adjusts, that's when Monken's like, watch this. I'm gonna go back and do that. Yeah, and it's like it's like
Zach.
It's like he doesn't. I don't know, man. It is weird. It's baffling sometimes. It can be frustrating. But I don't know. I'm not ready to give up on him yet, but
Eric,
he gotta get out of his head sometimes.
Sean Paul, Eric B's offense does not look awful.
And that quarterback is leading the league in passing yards. What are you talking about?
Their defense is awful. That's
facts.
They would have took away everybody. Yeah.
Tell me that you don't watch football without telling me you don't watch football.
Yeah, they defenses was awful over there. But speaking of defense, these boys is kicking ass and taking names.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably look at number 1 and number 3.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, did you see the play? What was it like? What they try to run like a screen pass and Patrick Queen and Roquan
hit him
on that dude?
I was saying that reminded me of Ray Lewis erasing Darren Sproles on the goal line.
Yes, I did. Hey, Roquan was trying to take folks' heads off on every tackle. He was running around with cruel intentions last night.
Yeah.
I mean, like if he would have delivered on some of the blows he was trying to tackle, he might have got kicked out.
True.
He was getting out with 4 arms ready to blast folks, almost like in punch mode. He was about that action last night. And he always about that action, but just last night he seemed like a different individual. Appreciate it. Who is that? That KP?
Yeah.
KP, but I'll check it in a minute. But
there was one hit. Well, I think it was him and Marlette where the dude's shoe flew off.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh shit!" They took his foot off. Damn.
I saw this clip with Kyle Hamilton. He was joking around with Marlon Humphrey, and they're talking about Roquan. And Kyle Hamilton was talking about how intense he gets before the games. Like he just gets real pumped, and he like, dude, we haven't taken the field yet. Calm down.
KP said this offense looks stank AF. Y'all know what that means. Somebody need to spray some Febreze on it. Todd Munker was doing some nasty work dialing up 50 screen passes. Appreciate you, KP.
and using Justice Hill in high leverage situations. Like I didn't understand that.
But we'll talk about Justice on that offensive side. But my word for Justice won't be bad. But starting with the DBs, going through here, Marlette, 93, which is good on.
Damn.
What? How many snaps is that? He only played 7 snaps. Kyle Hamilton, 80, all 66 snaps. 66 was the total. Kyle Hamilton, 80. Marcus Williams played the whole game with one arm, 79. Who else was up there? Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby played the whole game. That's crazy, which is good. That means we ain't got to see Rocky or Poop. 62%. Geno Stone played 54 snaps, and he had a 52.2%. So that's good for the secondary on PFF and in real life, because we know a lot of times PFF grades don't match real life. So they were good on PFF and in real life.
Yeah. Kyle Hamilton was in the slot.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
You're right. He was linebacker, defensive end, slot corner, deep safety. He was the dude. He keeps amazing me every week with his play.
Yeah, there was that one series in the game where the announcers were slobbing him off, and it's like he heard them, because like he had an impact on every single play on that drive. And I think it was a 3 and out, and I think he was involved in every single play.
Did he get the TFL coming, like they tried to run like the screen or something? He got off the block and got a tackle for loss.
Yeah, he dipped off. I think that was the one the third down play, I think it was. And then the one before that, I think he was in coverage down the field. And it was just like, damn, this dude, like, he's really just doing everything at a high level too.
Definitely.
Yeah, Kyle, man, look, another thing about it is he seems to be that third, quarterback out there, so to speak. Getting everybody in the right spot. He seemed to be very, very smart and knowing what's going on, man. He's been on his, and it's a good thing to see. And the fact that he's there. They were also talking about, like, if he was in another defense, like, somebody would have probably had him, playing deep safety instead of playing wherever, all over the field. So I guess it's somewhat of a testament to little Mikey over there, McDonald. but yeah, man, the kid balling.
Yeah, and then to piggyback off what you said, Mikey, and I feel like I talk about him a lot, but if Wink is the defensive coordinator, he's not getting used like this.
No, not at all.
I mean, you saw what they tried to do with Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson had a 4-year career in Arizona where he put on his resume what he excels at.
Yep.
And in Baltimore, they tried to make him something that he wasn't. And then you look at him and like, oh, he's a bust. Like, no, he showed what he can do, and they refused to use him in that way. And now we're seeing a defensive coordinator that, you get him these versatile pieces and he's using them, putting them in advantageous situations so that they can succeed.
Yeah. Wink was not that guy, right?
Not at all.
Anybody else? DBs?
Balling.
I want to shout out Stevens too, man. That's all Pro Bowl Brandon Stevens.
His name ain't up here.
There
it is. I missed
69.
69. Okay, I missed it. My bad. I didn't call his name. 69. All 66 plays. 69. Okay, my bad. I missed. And I'm like, we say it every week. Like, we didn't expect this out of B. Steve. I'm to the point where I expect him to play well now.
Yeah.
And listen, because they're talking about we were talking about Keenan Allen, all the catches he's getting. He's players like Keenan Allen, players like Jamar Chase. They're going to get their yards and touchdowns on anybody.
Mhm.
You cannot stop those players. So if Brandon Stevens gives up a few yards or a touchdown to a player like that, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yep. And it ain't like he was following him every play.
No.
Also with that, like, you know, not to take anything away from Keenan Allen's game, because I mean, look, 14 passes, 100 yards, but it wasn't a 14 reception, 100+ yard game where it killed us.
Right.
No.
Like if you go to his previous 2 weeks where he had 14 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, like that's a game where he killing you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like it's gonna be one person that's gonna rewatch this in the comments and saying I'm not taking anything away from what Keenan Allen did. Like that's impressive, and then to complete his first 11 targets, that's impressive. But it wasn't that type of game where it wasn't killing you because they ain't put up the points like that.
Right.
But to Jose's point, you know, guys like that, they gonna do their thing. I mean, look at AJ Brown every week.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't stop those guys. But it wasn't one of those games where he was getting slaughtered and it was just killing us.
Exactly. All right. Last call on DBs.
Awesome.
Right. Moved on to linebackers. But before we move on to linebackers, we got 158 in here. If y'all do me a favor and hit that like button, please. And
if you're new, hit the subscribe button.
Most definitely. If you new and you wondering why you can't chat, it's because you ain't hit the subscribe button. Because we to the point where if I leave it open, bots come in talking about trying to get you to spend money on pocket rockets and stuff like that. So that's why it's subscribers only, because the bots got to the point and they was getting ridiculous. And I don't want y'all to get in trouble with your significant other. So we don't want no bots in here trying to solicit pocket rockets to you. You know, we want y'all to be safe. So that's where we at. All right. Linebackers. Pat Queen, 94.2, which I think might be his highest grade ever in PFF. Roquan, 91.4. And then Deshaun Phillips came in for those 4 snaps where PQ was something wrong with his arm or back or whatever. And he got a 49.5. So
damn.
PQ and Rowe was, I can't really say what I want to say because it's full of curse words. Let's just say they play good.
Yes, very good.
Let me hold on, put like this: TMF W P T MF A O. So put it all together. If you figure it out, you figure it out.
Right. Listen, coach, this is what we expect from them week in and week out. You know, so it's no surprise. Patrick Queen's highest grade ever. I mean, we've seen him play better games, but yes, they out there killing it. They doing what they need to do. And I think now what they're trying to add is that intimidation factor. And I think that's one thing that we've been missing on this team for quite some time. People aren't afraid to play the Baltimore Ravens like they used to. People aren't afraid to disrespect our logo and do things like that. And I think that Roquan and PQ are actually out there trying to get that respect factor back, because some of that weighs heavy. You know, my thing is you can have a Keenan Allen and you can dink and dunk with him all game long. But if you know that those guys are roaming the middle, they ain't coming across there, or they got them alligator arms. So, yeah, this is what we expect.
I agree with that, Hendo. I think if we had Roquan when we had our little rival with the Titans, they would have never thought about stepping on our field the way they did.
I know nobody mentioned during DBs that y'all need to go after Marcus Peters,
and I agree. I did it on purpose.
Yeah, you're late, B. We're setting it up. Oh, okay. So, I might be. Well, I was going to ask a question, but I might be stepping on Coach's toes. I'll
go ahead. Ask it. Go ahead, ask it.
Would you rather have Rock Sin or Marcus Peters?
Marcus Peters.
Me and Chris had this discussion earlier on Twitter. and Chris shut me down. He shut me down.
I said neither one.
He said both of their asses is done.
That's my answer, Chris.
Yeah.
They're both
Neither.
doo doo.
Neither.
This is the thing. Like Marcus Peters,
cut rock when Pepe healthy.
When is that, Coach?
Pepe practicing now.
Name a year.
Give me a year. 2026.
Okay.
So my thing with MP, like MP is my favorite player in the league. Well, was my favorite player in the league. But it's like you look at the Raiders now, and like all of those dudes are amped up. Like, that cracker's gone. Let's have a good time now with Pierce. And everybody's juiced up. Like if you looked at that locker room, like I was Meek Robertson, I think is his name. He's a corner from there. Yeah, and he was down. Like he was like, yo, I know we got the dogs to play with them. Like he was legitimately down. And it's like for a coach to get you that like amped up and want to play for him and want to be out there and actually play with some pride. And for MP to just be out there and just, not like wanting to tackle anybody. Like he had his moments in Baltimore where he didn't want to tackle people, but it's a difference between business decisions and just being like, nah, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Like it's a big difference with that. And it's like he gave up on them. And like I would understand it if he was doing it with the other dude. But with Antonio Pierce, it's like that's a dude, that's a former player. That's the dude that's from your hood. That's a guy who's a player's coach. And that's the effort that you giving him. Like to me, that's a big red flag. And that's to me, that just seems like somebody that's just checked out.
That's why he got his ass cut, Chris.
Yeah.
That's exactly why he got his cut.
What?
That's exactly why he got his cut. Because even though they didn't win the game, and I think they lost 2 in a row, but they do not look like the same team.
Right.
He's the only one out there still playing the same way, and they ain't going for it. Now what?
And I love MP.
Yeah, I'm saying and me too. Whether he's the coach that's going to be there next year, they don't know. But everybody changed their opinion, or not their opinion. Everybody changed their attitude and their effort when McDaniels got the boot. You got the same juice, man.
What's this about? Dabo having surgery?
Yeah, torn ACL.
He out of there.
Partially torn ACL.
Partially torn. Yeah.
So is it
injured? Bo is injured again. He done. They say hopefully he'll be back for training camp.
How you get hurt on your day off?
He's trying to build a clubhouse.
Hopefully, y'all trade him while somebody still believes that first round pick nonsense.
So we're going to the draft. Is that what's happening?
Y'all want to be?
No.
Sure.
T.O. says Sergio Kindle Jabo.
I mean, that's the trajectory he's on.
And it is right. You're right. You're exactly right. But the linebackers balled out, and so let's kind of slide on down.
That was the top 15 pick.
So is that we're at now D-line?
Over, unless somebody else going to hit linebackers. I don't know if I skipped anybody.
There's nothing more to say. They balled out.
D-line wise, let's see, Clowney with a 90. Okay, Clowney. His effort has been through the roof too.
Yes.
Effort through the roof. Clowney with a 90. Was it Michael Pierce with a 75? Urban with a 74. Urban is playing some good ball too. Vanoa 72. Matt BK 68. Travis Jones 66. Got his first, I thought, whole sack, but they gave him a half a sack. Owe 65. Broderick Washington, who finally showed up, 56. Tavius Robinson, me and Hendo's favorite player, 55. And
8?
There's
8?
8 what?
Favorite player, 8? He's Canadian.
Oh, I didn't know what you thought you had a twitch or something. I didn't know what was going on.
They only gave my main Trev a half sack on that.
They said Matt BK was there. I don't remember Matt BK being there.
I don't either.
I thought Travis had that by himself.
I don't remember Matt BK. He, like Hendo said yesterday, he must got one of Ray Lewis sacks.
Oh man.
I really like the way Adafe always playing. He's really going into that position. That strip sack that Clowney had, Owe was he overshot it a little bit. He kind of fell down, but he recovered quickly, and he was right there too. And B kind of hinted at it a couple weeks ago that Owe kind of has a feel for the moment. He understands, hey, when we need to have something here, and he goes all out on those plays to try to make something happen. He almost sealed the game for us against the Browns a couple weeks ago. He had the strip sack. It's just that they fell on it. But he understands when we need something, he has to go out there and get it. I like that attitude.
Yeah, he looks like a different player. I mean, he should have probably about 5 more sacks, but he really looks like a different player. And I mean, we still got jokes on him until he start finishing as much as he is. But I really like his improvement over the last 2 years, and I guess his improvement needs to pick up for his homeboy that is, I almost want to say, wasted pick.
Start calling him Craig. Getting hurt on your day off. And Clowney's having his best season of his career.
2.5 million.
2.5 million. He hit an incentive or something or what?
No, that's how much they paid him.
Man,
2.5 million.
Oh wow.
And he's been probably the best pass rusher the Ravens have had, and I don't know how long. The best and most consistent, because it's not like Judon was consistent when he was here either.
True.
Judon was up and down, but this dude's been consistent week in, week out. You know, Clowney's, being a damn near a game wrecker almost, and
he's missed a couple. He's had a couple missed.
He's had like 6 misses.
If he have cocoa butter on his hands,
that cheap cocoa butter, slippery.
Yeah, right. He'd have another 3 at least.
Right. All right. So defensively, I'm cool with. I ain't got no quarrels with the defense. Again, I kept waiting for them to fold last night. They never did. So shout out to the defense for handling their business.
Waiting on pins and needles.
Right. And one thing too, Coach, about this defense, I'm noticing, they seem to be battering the quarterback, man. Like it seems like every game, the quarterback, they getting up injured, they hurt, and that's a good sign, man, that they touching these guys up. And they just seem to be playing with a different toughness than we've seen here in a long time. So I agree with you. Shout out to the defense.
Thanks. You know what the difference of the defense is this year? And I think you can see it through Kyle Hamilton. It looks like they're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what the difference is. It looks like they're having fun. Yeah. When you having fun doing something that you love, it makes a difference. And we were sitting there thinking, Justin Tucker missed this field goal. We know how this is going to end. And they was like, not so fast, my friend. Not today. So shout out to them.
All right, hold on. Handling the business real quick. Let me type this in. 100 likes given. All right, and one thing, TM just came in. She said, "Good evening, fam." So good evening first to you, T. And you asked me yesterday about the sizing chart for the hats. What I did was, because I don't have you on any of the socials, I went up under the community post on my tab where I put the hat set, and I put that sizing chart under the community tab. So if you go to like my community tab where I put new merch alert, and I got like a picture of all the hats, the sizing chart for the hats is up under there, because I didn't know how to reach out like on Twitter or nothing like that. And you definitely can't tag nobody on YouTube. So I did that because I knew you had asked for the sizing chart for the hats, and it probably would be valuable information to anybody else that would be interested in purchasing a hat too. So that's there. All right. That was technically like a commercial for a hat. Let's switch over to the offensive side. Let me bring this back. Go to slide 2. All right. Let's start. Since Odell up there first, we'll start with receivers. Odell, 82.6, only played 23 snaps. Zay Flowers, 76.8, played 67 snaps. Let's see what another receiver. Likely, 68, played 52 snaps. Charlie Kolar, 19 snaps, 67.8. Bateman, 57 snaps, 60.2. Tyler Wallace played 2 snaps, 60. Let's see. I can't see who's behind my thing. Oh no. Let's see. Nelson Aguilar, 29 snaps, 51, and Devin Duvernay, 2 snaps, 57. He almost outplayed Duvernay. Chris?
He should have. I mean, I don't know what's up with Duvernay, man. That dude, like that injury zapped him of that straight line speed that he had. I mean, now he's just out there, running like he just gave birth.
I'll say this about the receivers. I don't fault them for the roller coaster road that is offense, because early in the game I felt like they were, and the tight ends early in the game they were producing to me, and it's like they stopped getting opportunities late. It's like they just disappeared from the game plan late in the game, and I don't remember them dropping. I don't remember any drops.
Bateman
Had that was early in the game though, because he came right back and had caught the
Yeah,
catch.
Then he came
Aguilar
right
had
back,
one.
made up.
Aguilar. Yeah.
So we, even with that said, they just disappeared. Like we stopped going to them, or like, and I know they had that long drive, that 14 play, 17 play drive, Chris, something like that.
Yes.
But that took up a lot of time. But it's like they vanished. I don't know if it was because of play calling, because of situations, or I don't know. But when they had opportunities, other than the few mishaps, I felt like they did what was needed to be done, especially early in the game with the slants, and other different stuff. They handled their business for the most part.
Yeah, but they just got away from it the second half. I think Lamar attempted 7 passes in the second half, and it wasn't pretty. We just didn't have any cohesion. And then you take in account of that they had a 14 play drive. You sit on the sideline cold, and you're not getting a lot of opportunities. Plus, I don't know what the game plan was. Was the game plan to run it, be run dominant, pass it when necessary? We just didn't have a game plan. First half started off strong. Thought we were going to do some things, but it just didn't happen. And I don't put it on the receivers at all, because even though they had their drops, they made up for them. They made plays after that to make up for the drops that they had. It's just that our offensive coordinator just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I like how Isaiah Likely was playing with the ball in his hands yesterday, and that's kind of the tease with him is he can actually do something with the ball in his hands. We talked about it in our stream last night after the game that Mark Andrews isn't that type of tight end. He's not somebody where you throw the ball to him, you think he's going to take it to the house. He doesn't have that kind of threat. Isaiah Likely kind of flashes that. Like, you don't really want him to get into open space. He can move like a receiver somewhat. It's just a matter of consistency with him. So, hopefully this time where Andrews is out, he can kind of grow into that, because that would definitely help us out. I like how Odell started out in the first half. I don't know what happened, why we went away from him, like 23 snaps. What's going on?
I don't know if that shoulder flared up or what, but I think Chris or somebody asked, did he even play in the second half? Did you ask me that last night?
Yeah, like because I think we was like almost through with the third quarter, and I was like, wait, I haven't seen him. But then like later on, I think he was in the slot at some point, but that was late in the game, like one of the last drives. He finally came back in.
He was on the field that last score. I'd say he was a part of the celebration dance or whatever they did. But
maybe it was that shoulder flaring up.
Yeah, and I was wondering too, like, because they showed him on the sideline, he wasn't like getting worked on anything. I was wondering if they had him on a pitch count or something, maybe.
That may be an option too, Mike. I didn't think about that because of the shoulder. He might have been on one. I don't know. We don't know.
Chris, I saw your mock draft that you put out earlier. You had us taking a wide receiver in the first round. I'm 100% for that. All right, start going. Just go 100% young with these wide receivers. Stop getting guys that you have to put them on a pitch count. I still like Odell. I don't think he's completely done. But yeah, man, 23 snaps. We need more than that.
All right, for $15 million.
Yeah, but I'm shaking my dice and throwing them in after the bye week. This is when I need. This is the guy. This is when I want. I want 8 catch, 75 to 100 play.
I agree.
Shoulder, no shoulder.
I think the thing with the offense, and this is what we talked about on our show, is that first off, you have a head coach who, if he had his way, would never play offense. And he's conservative, and he doesn't trust anybody, right? And you don't trust Odell because of injuries. You don't trust Zay and Keaton because they're young. You don't really trust Justice because he fumbles all the time. You don't trust Gus because he ain't that good. But they don't know where they want to go with the ball. And there's times when you get into those tight situations, and what's Monken going to do? Like, what's he supposed to do? They don't have anybody who they want to go to. They don't have that guy who they're like, hey, this is our closer.
Yeah. Now the thing is, Queen,
He doesn't trust.
He does trust Gus. But the thing is, Gus is the worst of the three backs.
Yeah.
Gus has to have it blocked perfectly. And the funny thing is, Hill and Keaton don't.
I don't think
when it's blocked, Gus might just run in a different direction.
I don't think he trusts Gus. Like he
Harbaugh.
Yeah, I mean he trusts these guys to a certain extent, but again, when it's time to close the game out, he's not looking at like, oh, Gus, give him the ball. He'll,
Right, bro. We got to 3 yesterday, Hendo.
Who they put in the
three
goal line? Yep,
and we put Justice in.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. That's not trust.
Which is weird. Because we go to Gus. I mean, the last 6 games we went to Gus there, but like, so that's where it makes me think like, yo, is Monken, are they trying to like psych? I don't know if are they trying to trick the defense or because look, if Gus is in here down on the 3, we know they're giving it to him. So what? He hasn't been stopped down there.
15 carries a game isn't trust.
My thing is, Gus must have said like something like he ain't liked his stuffing or something. Thanksgiving, something. He got to be super petty, man. We on the 2, man. We on the 2.
Yeah.
We got a fullback. We got a fullback that's 318 pounds. We got a tailback that's 240. Nobody should stop us running the A gaps.
Yeah,
give it to Ricard on a fullback belly.
That's what we said last night.
Yep. Especially
you give it to one of the lightest dudes out there.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe he was tripped mad because Gus didn't get the first down, but I think that might have happened afterwards. No, that the stop on the 4th down happened later, didn't it?
Yep.
We don't
know the Wildcat.
The Wildcat.
Gus Edwards
Ricky
is ranked
Williams.
19th in carries.
In the entire NFL?
Yeah, he's tied. He's actually tied for 19th in carries.
See, dog, they ain't trying to keep his price down. His price ain't going nowhere, man.
His price. I don't think his price going up.
Who, Gus?
Good. Yeah, I don't think his price going up.
They might be trying to keep that incentive down.
Right. Now, since we talking running backs, we'll go ahead and just go and talk about them. Keaton Mitchell, 76.8. And Keaton started the game.
Yep.
And looked like he had the most snaps. 33. Justice Hill had 20 snaps with 73. And Gus had only 19 snaps at 66.5.
Again, which is weird.
Which is crazy.
But I do want to say also, I mentioned on the show that this is their 3rd game in 2 weeks. And maybe they just had a bad day.
Yeah,
bad night off.
Possibly. Yeah. That's possible.
Yeah,
that's possible.
They had a terrible night on offense. Being real, they got 4 turnovers and did nothing with it. But
I mean,
yeah.
They had 10 days off.
Okay, they had 10 days off after playing 2 games in what, a 5-day stretch,
and flying
playing the 3rd. Yeah,
they still had 10 days to rest and recover, or at least put in a better game plan.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, and I think too, you're looking at a team where, if I know we beat up Harbs, a lot, but if it's one thing that I can give him props for is his selection of the bye week and decided not to go with it after the trip to London and stuff like that. It seemed to have paid off, but we gotta look at that too. Like these guys, they've been grinding. They've been grinding for what week we in, 12, 11?
12.
Yeah, so it's like you're looking at a team that's dragging themselves across the line to this bye week, which is much needed. But I think to come away and out of that situation, out of that stretch with 9 wins, I think that's a positive.
Yeah, I put this up there because I don't Streamlabs like flag this for some reason, but that comment is spot on to me. But I put it up there because Streamlabs flagged it, but it was nothing you did in it. But the offense is different when he's out there, because not to say that the offense is just so much like it just looks different. It's like anytime he touches the ball, you kind of sit up in your seat because he could be gone. Like one little missed tackle, he can go. We ain't had that. Even with JK, we ain't had a guy that if he touch it, every play might be a touchdown.
So I saw something. I think it was in the fourth quarter that I just hadn't seen us do. And Lamar, it was Lamar checking the ball down. One was to Gus Edwards, one was to Keaton Mitchell. And Keaton Mitchell, like you saw a little glimpse of what he can do when you get him in space. And I want to see more of that.
Yes, I agree. Like, I mean, if we gonna have those long development routes, check it down. Let them guys do what they do in space.
Yep.
Have something underneath because they're going to be occupied with those deep patterns, and then whatever LB is there, defensive line, they're going to be too worried about Lamar. And little old Keaton Mitchell, forgot about him.
Yep.
He can do a lot of damage.
Yep.
Most definitely. Did Hendo, I know, man, you talked about it on the live stream. And aside from the burst that Keaton Mitchell had for the 29 yards or whatever, I think Justice looked the best last night.
Oh yeah,
just last night. Please nobody take this out of context. Just last night, with the way he was running the ball and his movement between the tackles and bobbing and weaving and
I'm gonna do ESPN. I'm gonna do an ESPN. I'm gonna say, so what you mean to tell me is that the Ravens should bench Keaton Mitchell for Justice Hill? That's what you're trying to tell us right now.
No. Why you come around here messing with these folks.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like yesterday, he made some cuts. He ran hard. He just looked the best. And Keaton looked good too. But I'm just saying, out of the three, we always got to pick one that look good. And I think he looked the best. But those three together should really be able to do damage because they're so different. They're so different. And the thing is, Justice is dead smack in the middle of both of them.
Right.
He's not as fast as Keaton, but he's way shiftier than Justice. He has more power than Keaton, not as much power as Gus. He gives you a little bit of both of them. And so, I mean, that's why I think he kind of fits with what we have. As long as he hold on to that darn ball.
Yeah.
Running backs.
I agree.
All right. Let's talk about these rascals, boy. O-line. Right guard Kevin Zeiler, which I assumed, and I tell you why I assumed if you saw my wrap-up video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Kevin Zeiler played 71 snaps, he had a 72. Linderbaum, 71 snaps, he had a 68.6. John Simpson, 68 snaps, 64.1. Let's see who else. Macari, I didn't know Macari even got in. One snap of the 60. Morgan Moses, 71 snaps, 59. Ronnie Stanley, 70. Jeez, 48.8. Where's Morgan Moses? Did I miss Morgan Moses?
You said Morgan.
Okay.
I would love to know what McCarr did to get that 0.1 over Morgan.
I mean, that's appropriate for Ryan Stanley. He had like 8 penalties.
Yeah. Boy, not Eric. What's the boy name for Khalil Mack? Man, that looked like Chicago Bears Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Almost unblockable Khalil Mack. That cat was
killing everybody.
He had this shiesty mask on.
But man, why was Ryan Stanley even playing in that game? We all assumed he would come back after the bye.
When the tackles struggle, Lamar struggles. Stanley even got him a sack yesterday long.
Whoever this is says Stanley got a sack. Let me see who this is. Who is this?
DDSQ.
He said, what's good, y'all? Tackles were off yesterday. They don't improve on the edge. They would not have a chance in the playoffs. When the tackle struggle, Lamar struggles. Stanley even got a sack yesterday. Appreciate the fire, DDSQ. Appreciate you, Dog T.
And I think that was, to me, that's the answer or the reason why the second half struggles happened. I mean, like it seemed like they did solid the first half, first drive in particular, but after that, especially in the second half, Lamar was running for his like. But it seemed like Lamar was, was running for his life after that, and I don't know if that then falls on Monken because it doesn't seem like he adjusts in those situations well. But yeah, to me, Ronnie looked bad. I know I had posted that, Ronnie jumping like shit. Chris was like, yeah, we like these refs. These refs, they was calling, they was looking past that.
We must have had the same refs that Kansas City had that first game.
Yeah, buddy.
Taylor,
Yeah.
yes.
But Ronnie just, I mean, look, it's by, hopefully it does him some well. Even my man Morgan, I think Morgan Moses was playing well up until yesterday or last night. He was getting beat like he stole something too. So I don't know if it was again just a bad game and these guys needing that rest, or I don't know if it's something that we got to worry about going forward.
Oh no, I saw DDSQ. Me and Hendo were talking about it. I saw it. We saw it during the game. We saw it during the game.
Like Jose said, like I don't understand why they had him in the game. Like like to me, and Harv came out and said it today in his press conference. It's like, yeah, Ronnie needs to rest up and get stronger. And it's like, well, if he needs to do that, like, why didn't you just rest him yesterday?
Yeah, why didn't you rest him?
It just didn't make sense. Like I to me, Ronnie and Marlo, they should not have been in the game yesterday. They did the right thing with Marlo. Should have did it with Ronnie too.
It goes back to that trust thing. He doesn't trust what's behind Ronnie Stanley. All right. And that's something that him, his coaching staff, EDC need to discuss because they've invested a lot in the O-line and they still don't feel comfortable with the players that they drafted, the players that they're supposed to be developing, to where Ryan Stanley can't miss 2 weeks without you panicking.
All right.
Well, it's that, and Harbaugh has this ridiculous idea that people should be out there hurt. Like, if you can go at all, then you should be going. That's why Marcus Williams is playing every week.
That's ridiculous.
He can't lift his arm. You know that Ronnie Stanley isn't healthy. You know that it's hurting the team, but you don't want him to sit because, if he can go, he needs to go.
It's crazy, B, that as much as I want to say you right, and partly you are, but having Ronnie if Ronnie is 65, his 65 is down there 2 times better than Makari's 100.
It is.
That may be the case, but that's on Harbaugh and EDC. I mean, that you can't punish Ronnie for that.
Oh, I agree. I just was just kind of saying, but I agree with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Makari is a highly paid backup. And all we hear year in and year out is we're paying him because he can play anywhere across the line. But yet and still, when he gets in games, he's not doing anything. So what's the point of having
that one good game, week 2? Who we played week 2? The Bengals?
Yeah.
Yes.
He played good week 2.
All the backups played well.
He played good week 2. But other than that, he's been suspect to bad.
Even Ugly Mustafa played well that game.
Didn't he?
Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah.
Ali saying Ronnie is soft as cotton. Look, Ali, Khalil Mack will put one hand on you. You'll be in the hospital for the next 6 months, man. Like,
Khalil Mack can put this on me, and I'm gonna buckle. I'm a buckle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Ezel.
He'll put one hand on Makari. Yeah. Listen, none of us are defending Ronnie Stanley here, but I mean, again, like when Makari's in there, y'all, it's like y'all don't remember what happened, right? Like he's so bad, you have amnesia. But as bad as Ronnie Stanley looks, there's a reason why he's in there over Makari. You guys know it, and that's why we're kind of stuck there. Let Ryan Stanley just get 100% healthy, and then see what we can do with them.
Never, ever.
No, yeah.
Need to feel again.
But coach, you just wait till Voorhees comes in.
All right. With that being said, we move on to quarterbacks. I'm tired of talking about Voorhees. Lamar. Weird. Again, the word weird. I don't think he played good, but I don't think he played bad. But I think his play is a reflection of them 5 guys in front of him. So I think when they start playing bad, I think his decision making gets bad, and I think it makes him look like he's not doing what he should be doing. So I think his play reflects them guys in front, which makes everything looks bad. Now, what I would really like to know is how is he, and we'll never know this unless we're in the room. How in sync is he with Monkey? Like, is he agreeing with what's being called, or is he kind of getting to that point where we all knew he ain't really mess with Roman and the stuff that was being called?
Right.
Because with his uber competitive nature, he be frustrated and slamming balls, and we don't know the reasons.
Yeah, if listen, we're not in the room and we don't know 100%, but just like you did in your video, Lamar's saying things on press conferences he didn't normally say in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's giving you hints that these plays are taking too long to develop. He was like, yeah, I'll hit the guys if they're where they're supposed to be. So indirectly, he's throwing people under the bus saying, yo, it ain't me, it's this system, it's this scheme, it's the play caller. And I just don't think that Monken is utilizing everything he can. He's on that Greg Roman school of thought. When the Ravens find something that gets going and is working, he goes away from it. He zags away from the plays that are working. And I'm not understanding what the hell is going on. And I think Lamar's starting to get frustrated because we're seeing his frustration on the field. Like, his body language, his movements. Like, you can just look, sometimes they pan to him and he just like, what y'all doing?
Right.
So something needs to be cleaned up. And I think that the bye came at the perfect time for them to kind of get some of these things back on track.
And again, like, is that a Todd Monken thing? Or is that every offensive coordinator in Baltimore because John Harbaugh is your coach thing?
True.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Well,
I have my suspicions, though.
I don't know who said it, but getting somebody like Eric Bieniemy who might push back a little bit, or a lot, is what will help. Because
Shout out to
what we
Flash
had,
for not lying it down and scoring that last TD. Cash my bet.
shout out to
We's all about them bets, baby.
But when we had Gary Kubiak, that wasn't a John Harbaugh guy. Gary Kubiak's like, yeah, we're gonna run my offense, and he was able to do it, and that was one of the better offenses that we had.
Hey Jose.
Yeah.
What did Joe Flacco do that year? Did he have his best year as a professional
ever? Yes.
We ran a boatload of outside zone, and we booted off that outside zone. It was hitting receivers left and right, which brings me to this.
I don't like that shit.
Which brings me to this. If this, and this is the play I tweeted, if this is not a part of our game plan, I don't care if it's Keaton or Hill, the damn sure better not be Gus. If this ain't a staple,
right?
If he cut that back in, that might have been a problem.
If this play ain't a staple going forward, a conversation need to be had. And it ain't necessarily got to be this formation, this personnel package, but this outside zone, whether it be left or right, from the pistol or from up on the center. If this ain't a staple, because you can do so much stuff off of this.
That's what Gary Kubiak lived off of.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how you brought that up, and just like the trivia stuff yesterday. Well, you tell me when good minds work together, boy. Great minds work together.
Yes, indeed.
But Coach, run that clip back again, please.
Oh, no problem.
Run that beat back. Run that beat back.
No problem.
So this right here
at some point.
No. That right here is why I think Lamar is okay with Monken.
Because
he has a lot. He has more control of his offense. He's not being held back. I do think that he does get frustrated, and I mean, shit. You see all the great quarterbacks get frustrated with their offensive coordinator sometimes, or the play calling and how it goes. But I think Lamar is enjoying being in charge of the offense, at least way more, or having more control over the offense than he's ever had since he's been in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And I think while he has that, I think Monken will be okay with them.
I will say this.
He stay on the inside right there.
This little joker right here, he always blocking. He is no block, no rock certified in my book, boy. He don't always do it effective because he's so small.
Yeah.
But Zay be blocking his butt off to the best of his ability.
I like Zay, man.
Always.
Zay is a welcome member of this team. I like that kid.
All right. P. Brown, go back to this. P. Brown says, so is that a HC thing or a head coach thing? I think it's no matter what the issue is, it's always going to be head coach because he has like everything goes uphill. So if your defense think, head coach, then defense coordinator. Your offense think, head coach, then offense coordinator. Special teams think, obviously your head coach is a special teams guy, so head coach. Your wide receivers bad, head coach, wide receiver. So every problem that's up under there, the head coach got to have his hand on it because it's gonna go to him first. So
And
even if the
coach,
OC bad, it's head coach first.
But the head coach and his sister chose the OC though. So of course it's his fault.
And we got another one that says, do y'all think they not to get teams to use what they run effectively to the playoffs, open the vault, so to speak, good run, like basically trying to save stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think we just trying to figure out what we do well, and we ain't figured it out yet. If they are trying to save stuff, we barely skating by.
Right, and I think I see where you're going with this. And sometimes I feel like Monken, like he just overthinks things sometimes.
Yeah,
and it does come off like that at times. Like I have not seen that. Well, I can't explain it the way you can, coach. But go back to that Detroit game when they was running that. It was basically a run pass option, but Lamar was kind of rolling out on it, and like it was open every time because they didn't know what
twice
to do.
yesterday, Mike.
Oh, did they run it twice?
Ran it because me and Hendo was talking about it. They ran it twice yesterday. He hit. That's when he dropped down side on and threw it. Same play. He just didn't have a rollout part. He did it from the pocket, and then they did it to the other side, and it was incomplete. But that's the same play because he had the flat option to Zay, then he had the slant option to I think it was Odell. Same play. He just didn't put the rollout on it.
Yeah, like I haven't seen it since then, and Detroit had nothing for it because, and I remember us talking about that on this show because it was it was a wrinkle where it's like, hey, you either got to pick your poison to come up because he can run on you, and if you decide to come up, he's just gonna pass the ball. He's gonna complete the pass. But it just seemed like he goes away from stuff like that, and you know. And I get it, but it's like, bro, if they ain't stopping it yet, like run it until they stop it. You know what I'm saying? And that it just seems like he does not do that enough.
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta line it up and just if they can't stop the run, like you just gotta line it up and put your nuts on their face. Like it's not like oh okay, like the run has been working, we're getting 5 a clip. All right, now let's do this little boot action screen pass, and it's like no, like just keep doing what you got to do. Like just line up and just play that brand of football that they're not able to stop at that moment.
Right. The only thing I'll say about Lamar is when they do the RPOs, the decision has to be a little faster because that's why we get in the ineligible downfields. Because but for those that don't know, I know most of y'all do because y'all intelligent football fans. But for the people that don't know, when they run RPOs, the O-line has no clue what they're doing behind them. So in O-line mind, it's a running play. So if they have a combo to the backer, they're comboing to the backer, and normally that backer is downfield. So the ball has to come out before they get off their combo to go upfield because they don't know it's a pass. In their mind, it's still run. They don't know about so they don't know. They can't just stay at the line of scrimmage because they don't know. They have a run responsibility because it's a run first.
I want them to cut back a lot on RPOs. I just don't want Lamar running as much as he's running. 11 carries is too much for me.
The RPOs don't have anything to do with Lamar running. It's the running back and then passing to another person.
Yeah.
The read option is Lamar running. RPOs is running like the running back running and passing to a receiver or tight end. The read option is where Lamar's running.
We'll get rid of the read options then.
Yeah, that's them read options that
I'm done with those.
That power read and that counter bash. That's them Lamar runs. And we ain't seen that in a while, so I know it's coming after the break. I know it's coming out the break. We ain't seen it since we got in the goal line and couldn't score. So
Every time
know
I
it's
see him
coming
run
out
up the
break.
middle, I'm just like, man, what are we doing?
The Rams come to us or we go to them?
They come to
They come to
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We come to Baltimore.
That's
I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked at it earlier. It's Rams,
Jacksonville.
Jaguars,
Niners, right?
49ers,
Mhm.
Steelers,
Dolphins,
Steelers.
Steelers.
That's
Bye
tough.
left. Bye left.
Mm-hmm.
So we either got to do what Chris said or get off the pot.
Yeah. Jaguars just lost their left tackle too. That's good news for them.
Yeah.
Or for the Ravens.
All right, B.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man? What's the direction?
I mean, is there one? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about with your boys. Like, what's
I know. Is there one? I don't. I mean, it's whatever direction the wind blows Tepper in the morning.
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you a more specific question. With them changing coaches, because I know you was in favor of that.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary moves with them getting rid of the two coaches. How do you feel about that?
Look, initially not thrilled about it, but like you said before with Lamar, they're like, we're not in the building. We don't know what the dynamic was between those coaches and everybody else in the player. Sorry. We don't know what kind of dynamic they had going on there. And the rumor is that Wright just didn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a bad energy. And, the owner was meeting with him every week to lecture him. And he's like, that's not fun. And, maybe they were kind of, McCown and Deuce were kind of sharing in that. And because they said the decision to let them go was the new coach, Chris Tabor, and Jim Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there had to be some kind of conflict on the staff
right.
for them to come in and be like, y'all got to go.
That's what I figured. It had to be some kind of inner strife already.
Yeah.
For them for the interim to be like, nah, we can't work with these two.
Right.
And I know what's Calm's a huge personality. Deuce.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's a huge personality. He's a man's man, pause. So, the meek that probably got power can't handle it.
People with that look that he got, they just a problem because my godmother looked just like him. I know he's a problem. My godmother looked just like Deuce.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You are.
But the crazy part, and that's the thing that I found most interesting about this situation. For one, I was completely shocked that they fired him this soon. And I know B, you had said weeks ago, like, yeah, I think they're gonna let him go. But I just thought, like, man, ain't no way they just brought this cat in. Ain't no way they're gonna let him go. But then, like you said, Coach, the interim guy letting two people go. I'm like, damn, like, and if you guys remember, McCown was supposed to be the next,
right.
best thing. He ain't ever coached football. But he was looked at for the Texans head coach's job.
Mm-hmm. He should have maybe just waited it out a little bit more because this took an unfortunate turn for his career.
Oh, it took a real bad,
to the left.
Yeah,
all your coaching career went down to the left.
So, I thought that was very interesting, man. He was supposed to be the next guy. So, I mean, I'm sure he'll land somewhere. That's just the way that works. But I guess you gotta respect it, dude. He's taking these last couple of weeks serious and like, hey, if I'm in charge, I'm making this move now. So y'all gone. But it had to be some conflict.
Right. So, we have a video coming out shortly where we discuss this. But this will be after this interim head coach Chris Tabor finishes up because he most likely won't get the job. Yeah. They'll be looking for their 7th head coach under David Tepper.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
7.
That's crazy. And how long has Tepper been the owner?
2 minutes.
What was it? What's it been? 4 years?
I think about 4 years. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because I think Actually,
That's
Rule
cold
was
blooded.
there for I believe 3 years.
You would you agree with that?
I mean, look, Reich has had some success. I mean, John, at this point, I don't think John would. I would put John below Frank right now. I mean, not for his career, but right now.
Right now.
Without Lamar. I mean,
that's saying a lot because Frank got let go 2 years in a row before the season ended.
He sure did.
Sure
did. And Harbaugh almost got let go before she started Lamar.
Yeah, but I mean, they gave Frank Reich, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, and Carson Wentz in those last 3 years.
This is true.
And he made the playoffs.
That's 3, the last of a dying breed.
Yeah.
That's a certain type of quarterback, and I ain't talking about White. That's a certain type of quarterback. That's a standstill pocket quarterback, and those guys are dying, white and black. And I don't mean like being shot or I mean like dying out of the NFL. So I'm saying, people take your words.
He said the pocket guys can't get out the way of the bullet. But he made the playoffs with I think it was Rivers, and he was 1 game away with Carson Wentz.
The sun shines on them. You know what? But them guys ain't finna win nothing. You got to have a guy that can move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have a run. Like they have the minimum movement level is Joe Burrow. And Joe can move. That's coming to, because like I think Lamar said it in his, I don't know if y'all watched his full interview for the on YouTube, the full NBC Sunday night interview. He was talking about how much faster the defensive players have gotten since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Them standstill quarterback, man. Unless you got a cheat code, unless you know what the defense in and you know it all the time, you don't have a chance. Defensive ends running, Oway 4-3.
4-3.
Look at Michael Parsons. Look at Myles Garrett. And you think you're just gonna stand there and pick people apart? No, you got to be able to move.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like we will not see another Brady ever.
Brady cheated to get where he was at.
No, man.
We'll never see another Brady. And if we see another Brady, he's gonna happen outside the pocket just as much as inside the pocket.
And the thing with Brady is Brady might go down as one of the best maneuvers in the pocket, like inside the pocket, because him inside, like him and Joe Burrow in the pocket is like magician work, because those dudes, like, they're not mobile, but you put in those old New England Ravens games, man, like he would be there and then he wouldn't be, like just a little shoulder dip. It just like being able to maneuver like that. And you got to do that when you're a statue.
Right. All right. Pardon words, closing words.
Man, look, ultimately, you just wanted to win, go into the bye with a win, let these cats get healthy. I think we're in a good place right now. I think honestly, I was talking to a coworker. Yeah, you could go back and say, man, they shouldn't have lost that Browns game. They shouldn't have lost that Steelers game, and probably even a Colts game, right? But nobody in this league is undefeated. So, and it's hard to do that in this league. Could they have let a couple get away? Sure. But I think the grand scheme of things, they're in a good spot. They're fairly healthy going into the bye. So stretch run. I see what they could do. This will tell us a lot. It's a rough, schedule coming forward, and I think they'll be fine. I also discussed today with a coworker too. Like, one thing about this team, I'm not scared of them playing against anybody. It's no team that I'm worried about. And I think that's a little different feel than we've had over the last couple of years. You always had a feel like, man, we run up against them shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm confident that they can play with any team you put in front of them. And as long as you have that, man, they can make it to the promised land. But we'll see how they do for the stretch, and hopefully they can stay healthy with it.
Most deaf. Hendo, if you don't have any important words, won't you start us on our rollout?
All right, my parting words are: listen, we need to stay focused and fix whatever things that we have, because if we do have true intentions of being one of the top seeds in the AFC, it's going to be a daunting task. We have the 5th toughest schedule in the NFL upcoming, and there are 3 teams sitting at 8-3. You have 2 teams sitting at 7-4 and 1 at 6-5. So, listen, if we want that home playoff game, if we want the playoffs to run through Baltimore, we need to remain focused. I think we have the talent, like Mike said. We shouldn't be scared of anybody. Like, this defense has gone in and shut down some of the best offenses in the NFL and made them look like they was chumps. So I just think that we need to get it right, keep it tight, and just stay focused. But you can find me on the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. What's the other one? TikTok. I do a live show every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. recapping the Ravens games. I also do a live show with my man, Mr. Galloway, on Tuesday evenings, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We talk all things hip hop on Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway. I might be dropping some videos because I did not get a chance to do a video last week or this week, however you want to determine what Sunday is. But that's pretty much it, I think.
One thing. Electric relaxation. Damn, I can't talk.
Electric Relaxation.
Last week's episode, yours truly was the interviewee.
Yes,
So if you
sir.
want to know a little bit more about me outside of the realm of football, you can go over there and catch that at Electric Relaxation with
Mr. Galloway.
Mr. Galloway and
2
Hendo
R's.
and myself.
Yes, sir.
2 R's. Make
Two
sure 2 R's. All right.
Yeah. And DDSQ, I'm sorry, I sent you a message.
Am I on that tomorrow with y'all?
Do you want to be on there tomorrow?
Yeah, you said Tuesday. I'm down. Whatever Tuesday you need, I'm down.
All right, I gotta hit him up because I don't know what he's really doing. I think we're doing the open forum tomorrow, but maybe next Tuesday if you're available.
Let's do it.
And whenever Mike decides he want to come on too.
Yeah, I was about to say I got that text from my man, Mr. Galloway. So
No, you ain't gonna text from me.
I mean, yeah, but I'm used to getting texts from you.
People got no problem saying no to Hendo. Like, Ray show up and it's like, all right.
It's terrible.
The link is not in my bio, but as they're doing the rollouts, the link will make its way to my bio, P. Brown.
Yeah, check
So
that
it's
out.
it's on you, Mike. Do your rollout, my guy.
Yeah, man. Host of Open Mic with OTR Mike, man. It's the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. If you are not subscribed to that, please go subscribe. Please go ahead over there and subscribe. I got a couple things up. Life be life, and it's one of the last things I talked about. And that's nothing but the truth. You know what I mean? But I also vow to be more consistent on that channel, and that's what I'm gonna do for you guys. So go follow, go hit that bell so you'll be notified when I drop another episode, and check out what's there already. I promise you that you will enjoy it. I am also, these guys are gonna kill me. I'm also 1/3 of Ray King's podcast, and I missed the stream this weekend
when he's awake.
And when I ain't got a house full of you know what, but yeah, they go over there, man. They did a live stream following the IvanEvans and Andre fight, which was I did see the replay. It was a little bit of a beatdown, surprisingly. But go over there, check us out, man. We the best boxing podcast on YouTube. If you want your fix, go ahead and subscribe to that. We got some more stuff coming up. Some more. I think Garcia is this weekend, isn't he?
Yeah, Garcia Duarte is this coming weekend. Then you got Prograis and Haney the
so
following week. The big hardball, the heavyweights, December 23rd, and then Monster Inoue is back on the 26th.
Yeah. So it's a couple more good fights to finish out the year, and then we'll start a new year with, I'm sure, an action-packed year in boxing. So go follow that as well.
There it is.
I thought you were going to slip up, but you said you caught the replay. That was very smooth. Did not think you could catch that.
Curious what y'all got going over there. What you know how y'all do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a 2024 team preview. I believe we're gonna be doing it.
What?
20, like, because it's the bye week, so
right. Okay.
We're gonna do like a little look ahead. But we spoke about this like 3 weeks ago, so I don't know if we're still doing it. But either this week or next week. But if not, I'm gonna be dropping some draft stuff. The draft season, the college football regular season just ended this past weekend, so there's a lot of tape coming in, and your boy has been watching it. So I will be dropping something at some point. So just follow me on Chris Just Joking, and you will see it when it's dropped.
That is. So that means your notifications need to be on. Then you need to hit the bell. Then you need to hit the one that says all. Not personalized and not the open bell. It needs to be closed for all.
That's right.
All right. Jose and Yamaguchi.
Yes,
Hashitashi.
we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. B will not be here this Wednesday because he will be in Japan. And next Wednesday as well. Hendo will be filling in with us. We'll also have a couple other special guests. So make sure you tune in. Also, we do an overtime show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT show. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT show. What you making your face up for, B?
Oh, I just saw Josh Dobbs got 4 interceptions tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on a pause.
Damn.
He got 4 picks.
So the honeymoon's over, huh?
Back to being himself.
Yeah, they still got a chance to win.
Yeah,
9-3.
Justin Fields just fumbled.
9-3.
Yeah, and they're driving.
I'm glad I haven't watched a second of that game.
It's not been great.
All right, that's it. And like Mike said, Ring Kings podcast. We got a live stream up this past weekend. Suge filled in for Mikey. I'm not going to say he filled in well, but he filled in.
Suge was fantastic.
he felt fantastic. I don't know if he sounded fantastic, but he definitely felt fantastic.
Shout out to Ty Lewis, man. We appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Cool. And me personally, y'all know who I am. Got the second channel. More Sip the Tally over there. Started pumping out stuff. So if you like just like football content and your brain can process other teams' content, just good football, go over to More Sip the Tally because over there
for the streets.
For the streets, and that means the other 31 teams. So I got stuff over there on Packers, Lions, and anybody. I'm just put it over there. That's why I get my release at. I could just talk about team other than the Ravens and not be stressful. I can just talk football. Again, that's what the countdown is too for the power rankings, and the power rankings will be debuting tomorrow at 6. So we'll do our little weekly, I guess, kind of TV-ish type show because we got a little platform and I kind of follow it. So it's like a weekly daily show, and then we'll transition right on over to the power rankings. So 5:30 over here, 6 o'clock or at More Sip the Tally. You know where to be at. Don't be late, but better late than never. All right, that's all I got. Anything y'all got? Want to close and say anything? Any good party words?
Enjoy a weekend of stress-free football, man.
Right.
You gotta worry about the Ravens. Stress-free. Just enjoy the games.
And I know it's a bye week. We ain't gonna have no games. So what you need to do is binge watch. OTR Mike, binge watch. Lunch Break Hot Take, binge watch. Rogue Pod, binge watch. Deep Cover Podcast, binge watch. Sip the Tally, binge watch. More Sip the Tally. You ain't got to turn on the 4-letter networks.
Facts. And even more so, listen, I know we keep saying this, y'all keep hearing this. We got goals. It was 10 minutes ago about 180 people in here. At least before you leave.
45 minutes ago, it was like 220.
Right. Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We have goals that each of us are trying to reach, and we will appreciate if you help us along on this journey.
That's it. And there's nothing else needs to be said after that. Mike, slide down. I drop. And we're going to do it like this.